Well, hello, Scorpio. Hello and happy New Year's. This is your January of 2023 monthly reading. I hope you had a great New Year's. I mean, honestly, you're probably watching this before New Year's, but nonetheless, happy New Year's, and I hope you have a great one. I hope you have a good one. So let's see. You are the first reading I am doing for 2023. Oh, you're starting it off with a bang there with the Seven of Swords. Because I always end up doing you last, it feels like, with the water signs, and you're like the last of the water signs I do. So I'm changing it up. You are the very first one. It is only fair that we reverse it and you be the first one sometime. So Scorpio, let's see where we go for January for you. This is a general reading as well, so it may not resonate. Take what resonates and leave the rest. By all means, leave the rest. And if after you watch the reading and you want to take a deeper dive and you want more information, there is an extended version available. Just check out the description box. Also, I think I'm going to be able to tag a comment because the description box is a little tricky to get to nowadays, as you know. So I think I'm going to just tag it as well as like the first comment you see, or pin it, I guess. So let's see where we go. For monthly readings, I take a look at the major theme for you, how it will impact you, the potential challenges and the potential outcome that you may have or face, as well as what's going on underneath that you may not be aware of energetically. So let's see. You've got the Seven of Swords as the major theme. All right. That we clarify everything in a monthly reading. Also, Page of Swords, as in how it's going to impact you. That's fresh new ideas coming in about something. It's like you're just starting off a journey and you're just learning about it, getting curious about it. Knight of Cups is in your challenge position. The Knight of Cups usually brings, the outcome, the Tower. Oh yeah, we're going to be clarifying. The Knight of Cups typically brings in, did you have another card flip up? No. Usually brings in, emotional offerings, usually of love or from the heart kind of thing. So interesting, that's in your challenge position. And then, of course, you have the Tower and the outcome. Something's changing. Something's changing. Let me see. Let me get one from the bottom. I just got to make sure this is your bottom card. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is what's going on underneath that you just may not be aware of. Huh. Okay. Make sure you can see this. I'm going to put those up a little bit. Interesting. Very interesting, Scorpio. Let's dive in. I'm going to start clarifying. So let's go with the Six of Pentacles underneath. Six of Pentacles is a very balanced energy, or it's a need for balance. It's like equal give, equal receive. So if you have gifts and talents that you want to share with the world, giving that to other people. Or it also can be about you receiving support and help and love from other people as well. But in a very balanced measure, very balanced. So let's see what kind of balance we're talking about here. So Six of Pentacles, please clarify the Six of Pentacles. Five of Wands, maybe not so balanced just yet. Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands. Okay, all right. So this feels like you are having to lean into your Queen of Swords here, like lean into your truth and what you know is good for you and what works for you. And you're really having to lean into that and step away from or distance yourself from, honestly, it just feels like some drama. It feels like conflict, whether this be with coworkers, whether this be a family dynamic. You're just going to have to see through the bullshit. Step away from this conflict a little bit so you can maintain your balance. Because, and with the Eight of Wands, it feels like a lot of stuff is coming at you. So this might be a pretty big month energetically speaking, where just a lot of information is coming at you, and you're having to be you're having to discern, you know, what you're going to allow in and what you're not going to allow in. Just like the Queen of, like, you can just see it. Like this Queen of Swords, she's just sitting on her throne, like, come to me, yes or no. It's almost like sitting on her throne of power. Yes, this is worth my time. No, this is not worth my time. Yes, I will get involved with this. No, I am absolutely not getting involved with that. But it's all based on your truth of what you know is good for you, that can keep you more balanced. I feel like emotionally. I feel like this kind of feels like emotional balance. Good, healthy boundaries here. So that's going on underneath. This is some quick moving energy too. So interesting. So let's get to the Seven of Swords. Now the Seven of Swords is sneaky energy. You know, it can be a little deceptive, you know, like not everything is what it seems to be. Oh, like a Ten of Swords. Major theme, Ten of Swords, outcome tower. All right. So there's an ending here. Oh. Five of Cups. Oh, man. Man. One more, please, for the Seven of Swords for Scorpio. It's like you really regret this ending. Like you regret how this happened. And you're carrying a lot of pain with you about this ending. But it just really comes in just like regret. Like, oh, man. I hate it happened that way. Okay. Judgment. Okay. Yeah, so this comes in exactly like, yes, you regret an ending. Yes, you're carrying a lot of sadness about it. But what I feel like is the deceptive part about that energy, this ending energy, is that you might feel like it's the worst case scenario. And I get the sense that you're like, why did this happen? Like, it's almost like you don't even have the clarity quite yet, because the Queen of Swords is coming in underneath. That's also clarity. It's like, why this had to happen? Like, you didn't want this to end, and you didn't think, you were happy with it not ending, but it did end, and it had to end. And that's the deceptive part about it. It's because you are being called somewhere else. Your path is unfolding in a different direction than this. So this had to end in order for you to look up, answer the call, and because I get the sense you are really being guided to a different path. And it's just calling you to move forward. It's calling you to make peace with your past in this ending in order for you to embark on this brand new journey, just something different. It's just, I just get that sense like the universe is calling you somewhere else. And the only way you would go, more than likely, is you had this ending had to go in order for you to grow, in order for you to get to this next level for you. Whatever that next level is, this kind of had to happen. It's kind of had to happen. You're being called elsewhere, my friends. So let's see exactly where you are being called. Because this Page of Swords is receiving brand new ideas, brand new perspective. You're learning and you're opening up to a lot of different paths, per se, or information that you may not have been willing to entertain before. So you're entertaining, I should say, new ideas and information. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. Okay. The King of Cups, that came up. Yeah, it flipped over, but that's straight. So the King of Cups. Ooh. Four of Wands here. Oh. Okay, so this is all right. Let me see if I can explain it. This kind of comes in with the Knight of Wands being in reverse. It's kind of like, new ideas on how you're going to approach your life, honestly. And it can be, you can go the path of instant gratification. Like if I immediately, you get all the feels, you feel excited about it, and you're just like, I'm just going to go for it kind of bit. And it's instant gratification because you don't really stop to check in with yourself and go, okay, so this might be fun, for a very short amount of time, but in the long term, something a little bit more sustainable. Is this something that you want to invest your time in? Is this a path you want to go down? Even though it might give you, lots of fun and excitement in the beginning, but if you check in with yourself, check in with you. Is this really something you want long term? Is it even worth starting this journey or starting this relationship or starting this job if long term it's really not resonating with your heart? If it's not something that you want to commit to and truly celebrate, I get the sense long term. Because the Knight of Wands can be, a little impulsive and can be a little bit, let your emotions get the best of you kind of thing, and you just go for something because it feels really good in that moment, but it might not turn out so well in the end. Whereas if you just kind of maybe take a step back and evaluate, check in with yourself, okay, this might be really fun for a second and give me those instant feels that I want, but is it really going to pay off in the long run? Because if sustainability is what you want, or something that you can commit to, maybe the instant gratification path may or may not, you choose, may or may not be, what you're looking for. And I really get the sense you're kind of wanting commitment here because the Four of Wands is showing up. And that makes me feel like you want to grow into something long term. It's not just about the immediate fun, the immediate excitement, the immediate passion, and then have it fizzle out real quickly. Like I get the sense with the Four of Wands, you're going to want something with some staying power, like a commitment, something you can truly celebrate, like a victory kind of thing, like a... it can be, I'm trying to get a sense of what it could be. I mean, I'm just getting like commitment with a person, like celebrating a commitment or longevity with a person. That got really loud. Sorry about that. I'm watching. So side note, Scorpio. I have on the TV, like those pretty, on YouTube, you can get like the ambiance corner where it's a gorgeous house and you have the fireplace and you have the snow and all this good stuff. That's what I like to have in the background. So you might hear the fire in the background. Well, it just cut to commercial. And I thought I picked one with no ads, but I did not. So sorry about that. But like I was saying, I get the sense that this relationship longevity or something that's really going to speak to your heart, not just give you the instantaneous feels, because the King of Cups is here. And the King of Cups is bringing in big love, big compassion. I mean, really feels good in your heart space. It's like you just want to wrap yourself up in all this love and compassion. And that with the Four of Wands makes me think more of a loving commitment with somebody. Something that's, has some, I'll just use this example because it's what I thought of. It's like, do you want the one night stand kind of thing? Or do you want potential to have a longevity in a committed relationship kind of thing? Nothing wrong with either or. You get to choose what you want. What do you want? What do you want? Check in with yourself. Maybe resist the urge to be too impulsive here and just jump into something. Because there's a lot of quick moving energy coming at you. So it is happening very quickly. I get the sense it's happening very quickly, which is all the more reason that you might just want to, pause for a second and definitely check in with yourself before just jumping into something. Because you are being pulled somewhere, and maybe just pulled to you following your heart here. Following that new path of commitment, maybe, that new path of sustainability that resonates with your heart. Now, this kind of does make sense a little bit now that we're digging into the energy, because the Knight of Cups can be an offering or a person coming in that's offering a lot of love here. Emotional offering, if you will. And that's in your challenge position. So it's almost, let's just see, shall we? Let's see. Do you want a commitment? Do you not want a commitment? Are you confused about a commitment? Or are you just like, not now? So inconvenient. It usually always. When love shows up, I swear, it is always usually at the most inconvenient times, so you think logically. So clarify the Knight of Cups for me, please, and thank you. Clarify the Knight of Cups. What is going on here? All right. Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem. The Four of Wands in reverse. The commitment's the problem. Or you are being challenged with this commitment. Yes. These two. Okay. Seven of Wands. You're resisting it with everything you've got. Oh my gosh. King of Cups. So literally you had the Four of Wands and the King of Cups in your how it's going to impact you, and then in your challenge you have the Four of Wands in reverse and the King of Cups. And not to mention you're just doing this number. You're like, not having it. Nope. Too inconvenient. Not having it. Not right now. That's okay. You are really resisting. You're resisting the, I think you're resisting what your heart has to say here. Your heart's talking to you, big time. You're feeling it, you're experiencing it, your heart's talking to you, you're resisting it. You're resisting the love coming in, you're resisting anything emotional showing up, you're resisting the relationship, you're resisting the commitment, and this is a challenge for you. And, you know, to each their own. You may be a type of person that's never done commitment. Like you didn't want a commitment. You're focused on, you know, your career and other things, relationships and commitment, not a thing for you. I totally know, been there myself long ago back in my 20s. Like we all go through that. We all have something to that level. But I do get this sense that you're dealing with an ending here. You're dealing with some type of ending that you regret, and you are being pulled elsewhere. So I would get curious about that for sure, because you're being pulled on another path, and this path looks like you're struggling with it. You're struggling with it, but it's going to lead in some big changes for you. So I am intrigued by the Tower. So let's just see. So you're resisting the love, you're resisting the relationship and commitment. Sure. Okay, so the Tower is clarified by the Hierophant, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's happening pretty quickly. Yeah, okay. And the Hangman. Okay. All right, so this change is happening. You're changing. I think that's the thing, is you are changing and growing and evolving. And you might not be the same person you were a month ago. You may not be the same person you were a year ago. And it feels like you're being pulled elsewhere. So now it's like, let's reevaluate. Things are changing around me. Things are ending around me. I feel like I'm changing in ways I'm not sure yet. It's like you have that feeling, you're changing, but you can't communicate what it is yet, but you feel that you are, but you're not to the point of full clarity with it. And that's what's happening here. And you're going to have to take a step back and reevaluate. You're going to have to surrender to the change, to the process that's happening. I feel like it's going to happen pretty quickly for you. And just like, okay, let me get a new perspective here. Let me check in with me here. Like everything's changing around me. I'm changing. Let's just take a moment. Because you've got a lot of options here. And the Seven of Cups tells me it comes in more of like just overwhelm, because at the speed at which some of this stuff is happening, the information's coming in at you, the love's coming in at you. It's just, you have a lot of options. You can go a lot of different directions with it. It's overwhelming. And it is absolutely challenging. I just get this sense with the Hierophant here in the Tower. It is challenging your traditional belief systems. It's challenging that. It's making you take a look at it, because those traditional beliefs that you have, let's just say it could be about anything, but specifically probably about maybe relationship and commitment, or your traditional beliefs you've always held about your career or your goals or where you want to go or the type of person you are. Like those traditional belief systems, I feel like are changing. It's because you're being pulled on a different path. The Tower happened, sudden change happened, and you're reevaluating. You're reevaluating your options. You're reevaluating who you are, at the core of, okay, so am I still the same person I was a year ago? Or have my beliefs shifted? Have I changed in how I look at things? Have I changed my belief system? And while I'm at it, maybe, just maybe, let me get in touch with my heart. Let me ask my heart. She's talking to me. Let me ask her what's going on, because she's feeling a lot of feels that I don't even know what to do. I don't even know how to deal with it right yet. Because you're getting the feels too. So, okay, I really like the Hangman energy here. I think this is going to serve you well. It's going to serve you well. So just be curious and open up to a new way of looking at this, to a brand new perspective you have about yourself, about other people you have around you, and about kind of who you are in this moment right now. Because you're surrounded by an ending and sudden change. Whew, all right, so let's tap on that note. Let's tap, shall we? And if you're new to tapping, check out the link below in the description box. You may also know it as EFT, or the Emotional Freedom Technique. It's the exact same thing. So check it out to learn more, or just jump in and tap along with me. Okay, so we're going to tap on this, and this makes sense with this Five of Cups. The regret aspect is, I forgive myself. Yeah, this ending, it's like you care a lot, and you're carrying, it feels like a lot of weight with this Ten of Swords. So I forgive myself. The back of the card says, as I forgive myself, I leave behind all feelings of not being good enough, and I am free to love myself. Ooh, yes. And if and when you do this type of healing work, this is big work, and it's a process. But if and when you do this work alone, just the act of forgiving yourself can open you up to a brand new perspective about everything else in your life, because you have really changed by just the act of showing yourself kindness, love, and forgiveness. So just that alone can help you with this Hangman energy. All right, we've got our tapping orders here. So let me get a little drink here. Sinus still, it just will not quit this year. Okay, side of the hand, we're going to start there. Repeat after me, or sub in your own emotions and stuff as it comes up. All right, so let's go. Even though I'm dealing with some regret here and some sadness and a little bit of anger, that's okay. Because I am honoring myself just where I'm at, and I am opening up to forgiving myself for the past. So even though this has been hard and challenging and a little overwhelming, that's okay too. I'm taking this time to honor how I feel about it, and I'm willing to forgive myself for the past. So even though I'm being called elsewhere, even though I'm continuously learning and growing, and I can't see everything just yet and how it's going to unfold, and that's okay too. I'm accepting where I'm at just right now. And I forgive myself. And as I forgive myself, I am choosing to leave behind all feelings of not being good enough. And I am free to love myself just as I am. So I am willing to forgive myself. And I'm willing to leave behind all feelings of not being good enough. I am free now to love myself just as I am. I am free. I am loving and lovable. I am good enough. I am worthy enough. And I am beautiful just as I am. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I'm learning and growing as I move on this path. And I forgive myself for things that have happened in the past. I am free to now love myself just as I am. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. And let it all go. Okay, that is some good work, Scorpio. You may, like, forgiveness is a big topic. Is a big healing work. So you may need to just tap on the points. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. And do that. Just make some rounds with that and just honor what's coming up. Just so you can release it. Just release the resistance and release some of the emotions that come along with that for you. So yes, you're off to a pretty big month, my friends. I hope this helped. We're going to do some fun stuff in the extended, so I hope to see you over there. And have a great January of 2023. All right.